Hello, my name's Pretensius. I'm a poetry critic. I've been asked to give a short talk to introduce this collection of poems by Ian Thorpe. Poetry, of course, is one of the greatest civilizing influences on humanity. It deals with our finer instinct, it teaches us about our appreciation of nature, and helps us to handle those difficult emotions: love, hate, grief, and our relationship with God. Poetry is for the well-educated, for the well-bred, and those people with finer sensibilities. I say, who are you? What do you think you're doing? This is my gig.
Oh, that's rubbish, finer feelings. Oh, it's about life. It's about the
I'm telling these
reality.
people about poetry and how it deals with our finer emotions. Something a person like you wouldn't understand, of course.
You lot think you're so bloody elite, don't you? Listen, poetry is for everybody. It belongs to the people.
No, that is complete rubbish. One has to be a certain sort of person to understand poetry. People out there in the streets, rough people, ordinary people, they can't possibly cope with poetry. It's much too complex for them.
Poetry is about passion.
Yes, you would say that, wouldn't you? Typical of you people. You're far too insensitive to appreciate poetry as well now. Why don't you just shut up and leave this to somebody who knows what he is talking about?
Oh, it comes from the heart. It's about the people telling you about their lives, making a personal statement.
Appreciate poetry are more refined, more sensitive, better bred all round.
Finer feelings, all these. Listen, poetry is for everybody.
You know, guys like you don't understand poetry at all.
Life,
your
it's about the hard reality.
You know, guys like you don't understand poetry at all. You got your entire personality out of a self-help book. Is that so? Well, you found your personality in a comic book. Well, when you were a kid, your mum and dad wouldn't buy you comics. You had to read Rice Krispies packets. Oh yes, well, you didn't get Rice Krispies in your house. You didn't get Rice Krispies because your mum and dad couldn't afford cereal bowls. You had to eat your breakfast off the table. At least we had a table. You didn't have furniture in your house. You had to sit on the floor. Well, you didn't live in a house. You lived in a cowshed. You couldn't even sit on the floor before the floors were all covered in poo. Yeah. Well, when my mum and dad cleared the cow poo out of our house and threw it out in the street, your mum and dad used to come and collect it, and then they'd bake it in the oven and tell you it was bread. Well, you bastard! Oh, my nose! Oh. Well, thankfully those two have gone, and I can talk to you about a two-faced poet. My two faces out of this t-shirt. You shouldn't take too much notice of critics, of course, because, well, a couple of 300-400 years ago, how long is it now? I can't remember. Two contemporary critics wrote of an up-and-coming poet at the time. He's an actor, yet the upstart assumes he can write, said one, and another wrote, he is a mere scribbler, his words are fit only to amuse the common people. Critics are always right, of course, and in that case, they completely ruined the career of Will Shakespeare. Nobody's ever heard of him at all, of course. So, merely it's not down to critics to define what's good and what's bad, but to make it clear that they're stating their opinion. And remember, whenever you're reading poetry, it's what you like that counts. Your opinion is the only one that matters. Before I let you get on to the collection, I'll just take another few seconds of your time to tell you one of my favourite poems. I first heard this from an English teacher, which was many years ago. I don't know who wrote it. It goes like this. Said Hamlet to Ophelia, I'll draw a sketch of thee. What kind of pencil should I use? To be or not to be?